Fellow creatives, have you been wanting to learn how to use prompts to create music? If that sounds like you, look no further. Today, I'm going to show you in the next 10 minutes how to create a new song on Udio. UDIO, whatever you call it. The way I'm going to take a shortcut is what I would typically not do, but for those of you who are new to this adventure, I might as well show you some of the possibilities. So if I wanted to write a song, I could start off like this, going into ChatGPT and hitting the record button and just sharing my ideas. Today's a great day. I just feel like laying in and doing absolutely nothing. The sun's out, sky's blue, pool's beckoning to me. How about you? What are you up to today? If I were you, I'd just chill, stretch my legs up and do nothing. Just relax, enjoy the view, enjoy the scenery, because life should be stress-free. The loveliest things in life are free. So why don't you go out and just have a great time? I need you to take these ideas and keep them as intact as possible, and I need you to create a verse and a chorus for a song. So for those of you who have ideas, feelings, emotions you want to convey, I understand that you may not be able to rhyme, like everyone else. And if that's you, well, you can put your original ideas in to GPT and you can get it to help you at least craft your lyrics. Think about it like it's a song assistant. Here's another example. Everything's just so expensive. I'm getting fed up and frustrated. I go to the store and everything is way beyond the price that it used to be back in the early 2000s. I know I sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but that's the absolute truth. Things are just getting way too expensive. The market has gone to the dogs and everyone's looking for how to make a buck at everyone else's expense. I'm really fed up about this. I don't know how one can keep on like this. Something's got to change. Something's got to give. But I'm just going to keep pushing day after day. I need you to take this and make verse, chorus, verse. Keep my thoughts as intact as possible. Try not to change them. I understand if you may need to rhyme at the end of a sentence, but keep my ideas as pristine as possible. Pristine as possible. Hit enter. Off we go. So there we go. So I mean, it's working. He even got the fuddy-duddy, even though the spelling was wrong. So there you have it. So I have two possible songs. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take a look at this tool right here called Udio, and I'm going to hit create. And the next thing I'm going to do is this create. Oh, I didn't really want that. Now, unfortunately, just took the first available prompt. Let me hit create proper, and then it takes me into this page. So describe us your song, use a style, and then we have your lyrics, right? Your lyrics. So assuming I want the first song about a nice day to be a jazzy song. So I'll say, I want the first song to be jazzy, like old jazz of the 1930s, 40s, 50s. That feel. Now, without mentioning any artist's name, I need you to create that feel, happy-go-lucky, jazz, fun, tap dancing kind of music. So, yeah, it's giving me a new song. And this isn't really what I want, so I'm going to correct it. I'm going to say, sorry, I didn't make myself clearer. I want you to create tags for Udio. I want to prompt the feel of the song. So give me some pretty robust prompts and put them in tags so that Udio knows what we're trying to do. Put, meta tags. Hit enter, and now it's giving me something. Okay, so I'm going to take all of this. I'm going to go into Udio and I'm going to put this describe your song Control V, paste it in. And then I am going to put in my own lyrics, custom. And I'm just going to put my own lyrics in. So let's get those lyrics from where they were. The very first lyrics. And that's it. Copy it as is. Go back into UDIO. And just put it straight in there. All right, now we have something. Use less than 55 words for best results. No, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to leave it as is. And let's hit create. Let's see what it can do. But there's some other parameters, if I may remember where those are. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to put them in brackets. Let's go to advanced controls. So in advanced controls, I can make this up to a 2-minute song. Okay, let's put that at 130. And let's just hit create and see what we can come up with. Lyric strength. I think someone said keep them around 50. So I should probably not change it. Yeah, clarity shouldn't exceed 50, I heard. So let me just leave it at 50. And what else? Generation quality. All right, let's leave it at that. Hit create. Okay, we're just coming up on 6 minutes, 46 seconds. I want to hold true to my promise and create these 2 songs with you. I know I promised 1, but we're going to see what it comes up with. And what did I miss here? I might have missed a prompt. Okay, so this, yeah, I don't know why it said 80s punk rock. That's my bad, because I don't want I don't want a rock song. I certainly don't want a hard rock song. Let me make it very clear. I think someone said, make it simple. So let me take all of these out. I'm going back to the lessons I've learned from some of you. So I'll just say jazz. Okay. All right. So let's try this again, because we definitely don't want a rock track or a hard rock track. That at least not for this, not for those lyrics. Okay. All right, there we go. So I mean, I could tell that the outcome wouldn't end very well with this selected. So I done a reprompt, and there you have it. There you have it. So let's listen to the real one. Is it ready? Almost ready. Okay. Just for giggles, let's hear the rock track. I dread pressing play, but sometimes you just got to see the damage that was done. All right, let's listen to it. Oh, no, we can't go any further with that. Let's hear the next one. Brace yourself.
Today's a great day, I just feel like playing in. Doing absolutely nothing, let the stillness sink in. Sun's out, sky's blue, breezes tapping on my skin.
Now that's not what I really intended there. So let's go to the real one and play this one. I'm sure it will be a lot better. Here we go. No,
I
but
threw in that lump junk, the all in my soul.
what on earth
To the
is
words
it saying?
about.
Huh, that is just so comical. No lyrics, but some garbled talk at the end. All right, let's hear the next one.
Today's a great day. I just feel like laying in, doing absolutely nothing. Let the stillness sink in. Sun's out, sky's blue, breeze is tapping on my skin. No rush, no race, just let the moment begin. If I were you, I'd kick back, stretch my legs and smile. Forget the checklist, live easy for a while. The world keeps spinning, but I ain't gotta chase. I'm savoring the view, not running any race. So relax, enjoy the view. Let your mind just float and roam. No pressure, no plan, just the comfort of home. The loveliest things in life, they don't come with a fee. So go out, breathe deep, be wild and be free. Just chill, yeah, just chill. Let the day be your thrill.
So, my friends, that wasn't bad. So the first one that I played, that was an instrumental, and the second one was the actual song, which isn't bad. Now, for those of you who are new to prompts, I want you to see one little difference. I'm going to get rid of all this text, and I'm going to put in bossa nova, Brazilian styled acoustic guitar, drum brushes, and let's just put these in simple tags and see what the system does, because I know this thing likes its tags. And of course an acoustic bass, and of course flute. You see, even if you are not an instrumentalist, you can still direct what feel you want. I want an alto sax, and it has to be a soft one because I don't want an aggressive gritty one. All right, and we're gonna leave it exactly as is. We're gonna kind of bump up this lyric thing, so bump up the lyric strength. I suspect that has a hand in the outcome. And the prompt strength, yes, I'm gonna put this up a little bit because I'm guessing the bossa nova's got to come through. All right, let's go ahead and click on create, and let's see what it does with a bossa nova feel. I'm thinking like the girl from Ipanema kind of style. Let's see what it does. Hopefully it'll do something half decent. And while that's working, you're going to see me just saving time working in the background. What I'm going to do is bring this up again. And as you're listening to the music, you're going to see me moving around that screen just so I can save some time and put in the next song. All right, so is it ready? It's not exactly ready. So let me go back over here and give you final insights to what I was saying. So If we go to that second song that was written, because this is the first, I think this is the second. Okay, that's Lazy Day. All right, this is the one about the market conditions. So let's take that. And for this, I'm probably going to use the same bossa nova. So, you know, again, the different schools of thought as to how you prompt in Udio. I'm going to say, I want you to use tags in brackets, not hashtags. And I want you to make a very robust description of a bossa nova feel, like the girl from Ipanema. Give me a prompt for Udio. So you'll get the idea. It knew it was Udio. It knew. All right, here we go. So we'll do a couple, right? We'll do one that has my prompt, and we'll do one that has this. So going back to Udio here, we have our results in. Very good. So I'm just going to preempt and prompt for the next song, and we're going to leave it as this, and then we'll do one more prompt after to check out the very expansive description it gave me and see if that makes any difference. But for now, let's play this.
Today's a great day, I just feel like laying in, doing absolutely nothing, let the stillness sink in. Sun's out, sky's blue, breezes tapping on my skin. No rush, no race, just let the moment begin. So quand le m'esprit helpful. If I were you, I'd kick back, stretch my legs and smile, flip the checklist, live it easy for a chase. The world keeps spinning, but I ain't got to chase. I'm sick.
Nah. Let's hear the second one.
In the view, not running any race.
Let's hear the second one.
Today's a great day, I just feel like laying in, doing absolutely nothing, let the stillness sink in. Sun's out, sky's blue, breezes tapping on my skin. No rush, no race, just let the moment begin. If I were you, I'd kick back, stretch my legs and smile. Forget the checklist, live easy for a while. The world keeps spinning, but I ain't gotta chase. I'm savoring the view, not running any race. Iejak, disreject, living. So relax, enjoy the view. Let your mind just float and roam. No pressure, no plan, just the comfort of home. The loveliest things in life, they don't come with a fee. So go out, breathe deep, be wild and be free. Oh, wild and be free. Just chill, yeah, just chill, hey. Let the day be your thrill.
So that wasn't bad. Not bad. So let's go to where we were going next. So we've kind of heard that, not bad. Let's come over here to the new song that we're doing, which is all about the terrible market conditions. So we're going to do a song that is, again, something laid back. Or maybe we should do something like a protest kind of vibe, which will mean a little bit of funk. So maybe I should change from the Brazilian to something more. So funk, funky guitars, bass, drums, keys. I'll just keep it simple and hit create. And while that's cooking, I'm going to go back into my prompts because I think I changed my mind about making this another bossa nova. I don't think it does bossa nova completely well, so I don't want to bore you with another bossa nova track that's kind of like 50%. Let's do give me a solid prompt for something. Actually, you know what I normally do, I just use Odeio to put in my prompt because it's quicker. Give me a real funky track with a funky bass, electric guitar, keyboards, electric piano, stabs, horns, like from way back in the 80s when funk was really what it was, for that song about the economy not being what it used to be. Remember to put them in brackets. And also you could have a descriptive breakdown of the funk feel as well. There we go. All right, so there it is. And those are the tags. Good. Oh, slap bass. You see, that's what I'm talking about. When you talk about funk, you ain't got no slap bass in there. You aren't even started. All right, there we go. So I'm going to take that. And we're going back into UDIO. Let's listen to what it's done. And then after that, we'll just paste in our new prompt. So let's hear the first one. I got to turn the volume up, don't I? All right, here's the volume. Let's get rolling. Here we go.
Everything's just so expensive, I'm getting fed up, frustrated. I go to the store and the price tags got me jaded. Baby, I'm what they used to be back in the early 2000s. Feels like I'm living in a world where logic's drowning. I know I sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but that's the truth. I'm not trying to be funny. Things are just getting too high to survive, and I wonder how long we can stay alive. But I'm still here, I'm not gonna quit. I'll keep pushing day by day, bit by bit. Everything's just so expensive, I'm getting fed up, frustrated. I go to the store and the price tags got me jaded. Baby, I'm what they used to be back in the early 2000s. Feels like I'm living in a world where logic's drowning. I know I sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but that's the truth. I'm not trying to be funny.
All right.
Things are just getting too hot
So-
to survive. And I want
So what I've noticed about UDIO is when it comes to writing, or I should say when it comes to singing and the interpretation of lyrics into melodic content, it doesn't do as well as it does with the instruments. The instruments are clearly good, but the singing and the melodic choices and the riff choices in this case are not that good. Maybe it's the prompt. Maybe we can blame, user error. Let's try the next song.
you're like a lender, no, and 50 years did you wait? Keep trying to say. Everything's just so expensive, I'm getting fed up, frustrated. I go to the store and the price tags got me jaded. Hey, I'm what they used to be back in the early 2000s.
No way.
Feels like I'm living
No way. Let's see if there's any hope by putting in a more solid prompt with a lot of style tags and so on. Let's hit create. And let's see what this thing does. Now, I mean, I don't want to waste time showing you the difference it would make if I took this prompt to Suno. I think Suno is better at the interpretation of music by using a natural language and also the execution of just all around good singing. Because this, to me, is not the right level. It needs to be better than this. You know, even Suno 3.5, in my opinion, was better than this. But let's see if my new prompt, which has a lot more detail, is going to make a difference. So for you beginners who this really is for you, I'm showing you how I'm working so that you can get some ideas from it. You know, just go into GPT, prompt it the way you saw me do, watch the video over and over again, and you can get so many more ideas for tracks. But one of the things I want to encourage you to do as you are working in this musical realm, I want to encourage you to try to learn a little bit more about music theory. And I actually have a website that's free where you can learn about music theory. It's philc.net, phil with 2lc.net. And if you go over here, you got a music theory tutor where you can learn all the scales on every key, major scales, minor scales, all the diatonic chords, and then the 1-4-5 common progression. And then over here, I also have a keyboard that you could use to learn the scales on each key. So if you wanted to know what scale is D, just click on D and it lights up. It lights up with the notes that are on each scale. So this could be a great way of you learning. I mean, if you're beginning to dabble into music with AI, you might as well make it official. Just come all the way to the bright side and learn scales, chords, and begin playing some songs. You know, but the theory would be a really good one for you to learn. That would be my advice. Anyway, let's go back into where we were. Last songs for the day. Let's check them out.
Just so expensive, I'm getting fed up, frustrated. I go to the store and the price tags got me jaded. Way beyond what they used to be back in the early 2000s. Feels like I'm living in a world where logic's drowned in. I know I sound like an old fudge duddy, but that's the truth. I'm not trying to be funny. Things are just getting too high to survive, and I'm wondering how long we can stay alive.
Not quite. I ain't buying this one. So if you're new to the world of music, what you're learning is the fact that you may have to iterate many, many times before you get something you actually like. So let's take a listen.
Everything's just so expensive. I'm getting fed up, frustrated. I go to the store and the price tags got me jaded. Way beyond what they used to be back in the early 2000s. Feels like I'm living in a world where logic's drowning.
All right, my friends. So for those of you who are new to this game, again, you got to iterate, reiterate. You see, some you win and some you don't. And this is pretty common, you know, for those who are in the world of music. You got an ear for music. You're going to be selective. I know some folks might not see anything wrong in some of the tracks I did, but for me, those are not good enough. They wouldn't qualify for even anything more than just a breezing demo. So I hope this gave you some ideas of what you can do with prompting, what you can do with ChatGPT. Let's bring it over. And I hope it gave you some ideas of how you can move forward and learn some music, learn some music. Go to this site that I have set up here, philc.net, and all the way at the bottom you have flashcards. where you can, learn a little bit about music. The more you know, the more effective you'll be in your prompts and in your music game. Anyway, I hope that helps. Thanks for joining. All the very best. Talk to you soon. Oh, and please don't forget, smash the like button if you've had fun, and I'll see you next time.